Hello and welcome back to another wonderful episode of SDS. We have a special one today, and this is on SDS Extra, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
A European Champions League Roundup. The people have been asking for this. I think us as a crew have been asking for this as well. And I felt like group stages just finished. Draws for the playoffs are about to happen tomorrow. So hopefully Hasib gets us out on time. So that sentence is still in sentence. But without further ado, let me introduce my wonderful table. Because today we have European heritage on this table. Starting with, of course, the 14-time Madrid.
Whoa.
Let me get it.
What heritage? Hey, like, with you. No, back in the day.
Let me get it.
No.
This is being carried. Come on, we got UEFA Cups over here.
Back in the day.
Respect us. Where's your UEFA Cups? We'll get to you in a second. Sitting next to me, Real Madrid's very own El Face.
Hola, amigos. Hola, amigos.
Hola, buenas noches.
Muy
Sitting
bien,
across
muy bien.
me, I formerly used to say Italy's finest, but today he is not. We
Ah.
have
He still is, man.
being carried in the European aspect as well in terms of heritage. We have the wonderful Ilias back with us today, man. Hey, man of the match last pod as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Cooking. You was
I appreciate
cooking.
it, man. I appreciate it.
Sitting next to you, we have a
Real.
debutante wearing a heritage Juve top.
The good times.
Welcome, Luca
Thank you.
to SDS. Hey, pleasure to have you. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
We got a lot to discuss. European Champions League roundup, perfect time to get you on. And I actually feel like we're going to start with your team as well, with Juventus. Where do we begin? Finished 20th place, losing.
You know the Champions League table was so funny.
It's crazy the way the
we
Champions
They
League
basically got
table
relegated. They basically got relegated.
It's crazy because it's out of 36 teams as well. So damn, you really could say, hey,
Technically
20th
mid-table.
above halfway, you know what I mean? But
We'll take it.
talk to us. I mean, we talk a lot of Premier League on
Yeah,
this
of course,
podcast, and we very rarely kind of get the Serie A Juve fan perspective. So with you being on today, give us a summary of even like Thiago Motta's reign since he's come in, because I felt like when he came in the summer, there was a lot of noise coming in. Done very well at Bologna last year. It's kind of the expectation that he's going to bring that over. Had a lot of summer signings come in as well. A lot of money spent. What have you kind of made of the season, made of the European campaign, made of Thiago Motta's first half, if you like?
Yeah, obviously finishing 20th is not ideal at all.
Yeah.
But look, in the summer we bought in Motta. We knew he wasn't going to win us the league straight away. No, I don't think any Juventus fan really had that expectation. We know that Inter was still the strongest team on paper. Obviously Napoli bought in Conte, AC Milan. They have a strong team. So it was a lot. It was a very competitive season. And obviously Atalanta as well, with Gasperini winning the Europa League last year.
Yeah.
But my expectations personally were to challenge for the league until May, which is already done. The league's dead. We're 16 points off the top. It was dead in October. My expectations were to go straight through to the knockout stage of the Champions League. That didn't happen. We finished 20th, which is a lot lower than I thought. Like I thought, if we weren't in the top 8, we'd be like 9th, 10th, 11th.
I think at one point you were up there.
We started off well. This is the thing. Like the whole season as a whole, we started off strong. We beat Como 3-0. We then won 3-0 away at Verona. We drew to Roma, which was like the first. We didn't play too well, but then we bounced back with PSV in the Champions League, winning 3-1. At home. And it looked positive. We were playing free-flowing football.
RB Leipzig.
Leipzig was a crazy comeback.
Away
Inter,
win as well.
Yeah, of course. 3-2. We were down to 10 men as well, I believe. Vlahovic scored 2 beautiful goals. And I was thinking there, this is the start of Motta's reign, you know? This season could be something.
And then,
Slowly injuries caught up. Bremer tore his ACL against Leipzig, which really set us back. And
the draws.
I think, I was going to say the one word really to summarize our season is draw.
Draws.
Yeah.
I've had enough of that word. You know, I was in art class the other day. So the teacher said to draw. I left.
The trauma started to kick in.
It's PTSD.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, I was complaining about 13 losses at my club in 23 games. It's a whole different scenario, but 13 draws out of 22 league games. One defeat. It's a positive you could take from that, maybe.
But it's not really a positive because we only have 8 wins in Serie A, something like that. So it's not great. And those draws, like the unbeaten record was, it was going to catch up to us. We were tying games in the last minutes against Cagliari. We were dropping points to Genoa. It was unsustainable football. You know what I mean?
What have you made? Of course, Yildiz has been the standout. Dusan has been hit and miss. But I want to talk about 2 players. Coop Miners and Douglas Luiz.
Yeah.
What have you made of them so far? Because I can't lie, you bought one for 60 million. How much was Coop Miners?
He was close to 60 million euros.
As well.
They spent a lot of money this summer.
We spent 200 million in the summer. And this is what I'm saying. Like last season with Allegri, we bought Weah in the summer. and Alcaraz on loan from Southampton, who was a championship level player. They signed him 2 players. He was in a Scudetto race until February when we went to San Siro. We lost 1-0 to Inter, and we won the Coppa Italia. This season, we spent 200 million in sum. Obviously, it's different manager. You know, he has to adapt to the team. He's not a winner like Allegri. Allegri had won the most Serie A titles in the history. But it's 200 million spent. We bought in players that he wanted, of course. Koopmeiners, Douglas Luiz, Conceição, Kalulu, Nico Gonzalez. Loads of these players. We sold Sule, Huijsen. Like, it was basically... We'll talk about Huijsen in a second.
That one's got to hurt.
20
Especially
million!
Seeing the way he's playing now, is there a party that just thinks, damn? And especially now that January is up, you're being linked with him again.
Yeah, I'm sure they got a buyback clause in there. They must do.
Have you got a
I
bad
don't think so.
They must do.
Look, that I know of, no. I haven't read anything. But I've read that we're linked with him again, which is...
20 million.
quite ironic to say the least. No, shout out to Huijsen, that's bro, but yeah, we should have kept him. We should have kept him in the summer. When that happened, I never understood it. I was like, I did like my predicted lineup April, May time when Motta was like first announced. And I said, I had Huijsen in my starting 11, even though he was in and out of the team at Mourinho's Roma. Yeah. He wasn't playing too well there. He was playing right back, first of all, so he was out of position. But I was like, he's going to suit Motta's system perfectly, because obviously Calafiori now at Arsenal, he inverted into the midfield. He was like that libero role, right? And Huijsen was a technical defender. He was comfortable on the ball. He was like a perfect modern-day young defender.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, he'll suit Motta's football perfectly. No. Well, he does, but no. We sold him.
Yeah.
For 15 million euros as well. It's peanuts.
Yeah.
And now we bought in Carlos Alberto. You heard of him?
Yes.
You've heard of him?
No.
You've heard of him?
No.
Anyone here heard of him?
No, who is he?
He's an unknown fullback from the Portuguese league, right? I didn't hear of him.
Oh, I thought you meant another Carlos.
He's thinking of a FIFA icon.
Are you talking You're talking about the one for Porto with the nose strip.
No, I thought you meant
in 04.
Lazio dude, Alberto.
No, that's Luis Alberto.
Oh, Luis Alberto.
Lazio. And he still said no. He was like, no. Luis Alberto, everyone knows
No, I
it.
thought you meant.
No, that's a Spanish midfielder.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this Portuguese right back who could be the next coming of Trent. I have no idea. He hasn't played yet for Juventus, but the fact is, we bought him for the same price we sold Huijsen, and we bought him in January. So there, I just look at these decisions and I'm just like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like Huijsen is, he's one of the best young defenders in Europe right now.
He's 18
Everyone
as
wants
well.
him. Real Madrid want him. Bayern Munich want him.
I want him badly.
Also talks of Cambiasso, who has become a big
City
player
now,
for you guys, linked with City this January as well. Does that worry you a little bit?
Before, no.
I saw one or two of your TikToks as well.
Quick disclaimer.
Yeah.
Me and Lucas spoke 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
He said to me, Cambiasso is the best fullback in the world.
Fairs.
I said that to Faisal 2.5 months ago. I said that on TikTok about a year ago. April time last year.
What makes you believe that?
Look, to me...
Well, do you still think that? That's the question. Like, you said it to me. Okay.
My logic was, I know this might sound insane, right? But I wouldn't swap him for a fullback.
We like
on
insane
Earth.
here. We like insane.
Right, the reason I say I wouldn't swap him for a fullback on earth is just how complete he is. Like, he's ambipedal, the most ambipedal footballer on earth. I haven't seen a fullback that
Ambi what? Ambi what?
Ambipedal.
That's right foot, left foot.
Oh, ambidextrous. I was like, what's ambipedal?
Ambipedal
I saw
feet.
Faisal look at me and I was like, let me ask for Faisal, innit?
He was hoping
Yeah.
a little
He was
subtitle
waiting.
would pop up.
He was like, yo, yeah.
I was having the dub. The dub.
He needed an Arab dub right there.
No, but I get
Ambipedal.
right,
Yeah,
play
just for you,
left.
Faisal, ambipedal, yeah?
Big
I got you.
Look, the viewers are learning vocabulary as well. So not just football.
Faisal learning as well.
You're
Come on, man.
educating us.
Yeah, it's good for the GCSE students doing English.
For real.
No, he's the most two-footed fullback I've seen since Philip Lahm. Like, I'm genuinely serious. He's as good playing on the right as he is on the left. He inverts into the midfield. He's our best number 8 as well, which is insane considering he's a fullback. There was a point, November, December, I was reading the stats. Cambiasso had most interceptions, most tackles won, most big chances created in the final third. I think most distance covered and most minutes played. He topped basically every player.
Just Serie A, the whole Europe.
Everything. No. Sorry, out of all Juventus players.
Okay.
But in all competitions.
Yeah.
Fair.
But he was topping Yildiz in chances created. And Yildiz is a special talent. Like, obviously, you mentioned him before. But that was insane. And he had an injury December time. And since then, I personally think he wanted out and he's not been there mentally.
Yeah.
And he struggled a
wanted
little
out.
bit. In my opinion,
Big Premier League
leaving in
move.
January
Yeah.
is kind of crazy to me. Like, I thought if he'd leave in the summer, but leaving in January, to me, suggests maybe he wanted out. Which is sad because he's my favourite player at the club.
Yeah.
And he's great. And I think he gets into every team in the world. And I said this last year. if Pep finds him, it's game over because he suits his system
saw that
perfectly.
video, yeah.
You see John Stones a couple seasons ago inverting
Yeah.
into midfield. Cambiaso's a million times better technically than him. Like, look, maybe to me he's the most irreplaceable fullback on earth. That's why I said he was the best. But I think now everyone will be like, oh, that's crazy to say. If he starts cooking in the Prem, those shouts will come very soon.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, you heard it here first. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Them Drake takes.
That's a Drake
you
take.
spin the block on it 9 months later.
the
But
Drake
what are
take.
your hopes then for the second half of the season? Because obviously now it's looking like maybe the move might not happen. He stays. You feel like maybe his head has been turned, and also like, do you hope the draws eventually turn into wins? And can you see that happening? Also, Champions League, potentially drawing against them boys, and we'll come to you lot next as well. But what are your kind of hopes for the second half of the season?
Hopes for the second half of the season. I just want to see us perform better, create more chances, be more solid defensively because it's the basics. It looks to me like there's not much system going on in the team right now. There's not many players fighting for the badge. We sort of lost the Juventus DNA a little bit in the last few seasons. So
Isn't it a bit weird though that you're saying lack of system, yet you bought Motta for the lack of for the system?
look, Motta's system at Bologna worked perfectly, and I think Motta's a good coach, and I think 5-6 years down the line he could be one of the best in the world. But we need to remember this is Juventus, this isn't Bologna. When you come to a club like Juventus, like Real Madrid, there's no time to waste. When Ancelotti won the Champions League, they were already calls. He has to go, man. He's
You
not
would
good
say
enough."
you lot would have even learnt that with Pirlo a few years back.
Yeah, we had Pirlo.
He's not lying though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Saudi won the league. No, you gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Go, just leave. Pirlo won the Coppa Italia. You got top 4. He won the Supercoppa. No, you gotta go, man. And now
Standards,
It's the
yeah.
standards, and the fans are very impatient. And obviously, there's that divine. No club has a divine right to win, but Juventus is the most successful team in Italy with the most trophies, the most dominant team on paper. So
Is there some section saying Motta out?
some fans, yeah.
Okay.
There's like I'd say there's
I'd
quite a big
imagine so.
divide.
When you're
at
at the title race, you're 20th in the Champions League.
Yeah, it's-
the football hasn't been.
That's the thing.
And
Is,
spent a lot of
packing
money
and
as well.
and
spent-
the fact that
yeah.
you spent a lot
He's
of money. as
gotten
well,
all
and
the players he's
he had
wanted, it
so
looks
much
like.
hype coming in as well.
Yeah.
I think
that's the thing.
And
but-
then I remember how early they announced him as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
very-
He got announced you rarely see
April
that.
time?
Yeah, you rarely see that in football where
Yeah, he got announced early, but
Yeah.
rumors were suggesting that was already agreed in January.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you watched the Coppa Italia final when we beat Atalanta 1-0. Allegri got sent off.
Yes, in the last few
And
minutes.
then, when Allegri got sent off, he was like pointing in the crowd, kicking a board. I think that is because there was like an argument between the board and him because they had already agreed Motta to come in.
Yeah,
So I think he felt a bit disrespected for
I've
what
done
he's
all
done
this for you. Yeah,
and
The
then
hard work.
how it
I
worked.
came back for you guys.
That's what I'm saying. So I think Motta was agreed, like you said, Ilias, it was announced early, but I think it was agreed even earlier. And Motta, what he was doing at Bologna was great. He got them, they finished 5th, they were playing free-flowing football. He made them into one of the most
entertaining
entertaining
side.
teams in Italy.
Champions League football as
Exactly.
well.
So I saw the project, but I thought, personally, I liked the idea of Motta at the time, honestly. But I thought we'd be challenging for the league until the end, especially with the investments in the summer, bringing in all these players. We let him have free reign. Gonzalez, for example, personally, I didn't understand selling Sule for Gonzalez because they're very similar profiles. Sule was homegrown as well. I was like, just keep Sule, let him have a chance. He was playing very well on loan at Frosinone last season. He wanted Gonzalez. Okay, bring in Gonzalez. But if these players aren't performing, then you need to start asking questions. Why are they not performing? And obviously, there's been a lot of injuries.
Like that's the biggest thing your squad is probably lacking at the moment. Is, as you said, that kind of core DNA that you lot had over the past decade of dominance with the likes of
Chiellini,
Bonucci,
Buffon,
Buffon. You always had like big characters. I know you can almost compare it to like how Chelsea. They always had big leaders, big characters during their dominant era. But now you've kind of got a lot of youngsters and they don't have that kind of experience hand, both on the pitch and then even in terms of coaching as well.
Yeah.
It's always hard to replace that with any team. You can see it with any the old Arsenal teams, the old Man United teams.
I mean,
all the Italian teams.
so important.
It's so tough.
The entire Juve franchise now is being put on Keenan Yildiz, who's this is what like his second full season in the team.
Not even because last season Yildiz got into the first team. Well, he started playing regularly in January.
Yeah.
So this is like, it's basically a year
His
now.
breakthrough
It's
year.
basically a year. Like this is a season, and he's
Is it a bit
performing.
weird that it should be Dusan that should be holding that little?
Well, have the crown.
Yeah, this should be my team. He's
I
dipped,
feel like
you know?
Juve fans have given up on him almost
He's
like 18
dipped.
months ago.
I haven't given up.
No?
No, I like Vlahovic a lot. I got a lot of time for him. For me personally, if you saw the way he played at Fiorentina with Italiano, with Italiano,
Him and Chiesa.
bro, that team there, he was used as a man that was attacking the spaces in behind. Vlahovic is very quick. He's very strong. He's very intelligent. He attacks the space in behind very intelligently. His movement is great. But with Motta's system, like with Xerxes last year, You need a man that's technical, a man that can drop deep, integrate, connect, almost be a number 8, a number 6, a number 10, all in one.
Yeah.
Play with his back to goal, but they're not Vlahovic's strengths. So for me personally, I don't have an issue with Vlahovic struggling if he can't do that because he's not that kind of striker. Like a lot of players, maybe, I don't know, Luis Suarez might struggle to do that as well. Or all-time strikers, Ronaldo phenomenal, he wouldn't be able to do that.
Leo can do it.
Yeah. So it's just like, you need to play to his strengths. And Vlahovic last season, let's not forget, he had the most goals in a calendar year in Serie A. So he's still bagging goals. Yeah. Do you understand? And he's our top scorer this season. But one thing about Vlahovic, he plays on form and confidence.
Do you think that's why there was the rumours that you guys wanted Xerxes this month?
Yeah, because Xerxes knows Motta. Yeah. He can play this sort of system. And I think Xerxes,
them two would link well, I think.
They would, but I wouldn't lose Vlahovic for Xerxes.
No, do you guys play 2 or 4? Is it 1 and then 2?
No, we play 4-2-3-1.
Yeah,
so a lot of the time, like you were saying earlier, Faisal, I would answer the Coop Miners. Coop Miners is the 10, Vlahovic is striker. Most of the time, Yildiz is on the left. And then on the right, but it changes a lot.
Conceição,
I don't rate him at all.
I like him, but I don't rate him as high as what people do.
I don't rate him at all.
I
think he's very nippy and agile, but that's pretty much
it. He's Anthony to me.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a bit disrespectful.
You think nepotism has got him this far?
He reminds me of Anthony.
No, he's more effective. He's got a better output than Anthony.
Oh, you got Colomwani that's come in January as well.
Colomwani came in, but again, it's just like that was a straight loan, no option, no obligation to buy. We needed a backup striker because Milik has been injured, but Colomwani, in my opinion, I don't think we'll sign him in the summer. He's not a player that is going to be our striker going into next season. Yeah. But I'm kind of worried because I think Dusan will get sold in the summer. So I'm like, who can we bring in? Who will we bring in? But then, like you said earlier, FaZe, I want to touch on Coop Miners and Douglas Luiz because, bro, 60 million on Coop Miners, 40 million on on Gonzalez, 50 million on Douglas Luiz. 3 big signings. And Douglas Luiz was good in the Premier League. I thought he'd come in, adjust really well. Yeah. And I think he is our most technical midfielder we have, but he hasn't really had the chance to play. He's in and out of the team constantly. He's had a few injuries, to be fair. But in recent weeks, he's been playing more. And I quite like Douglas Luiz. I wouldn't get rid of him now or in the summer. I'd give him more time. Coop Miners, for me, is just playing out of position.
He's not 10.
He's not 10. Like you can see, his like positional awareness in the half space isn't there. Kenan Yildiz is a much more natural. Even like a Gonzalez or a Fajoli, I'd have in the number 10. I wouldn't play Coop Miners there.
Bring back Miretti, man.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Bring me back. I'll be back next season.
Come on, man. I miss the kid, man.
Yeah, no. He's doing well, to be fair, on loan at Genoa. He'll come back.
Saw the goal on the weekend as well.
What was that kid in Monza?
Who?
Maldini.
Maldini.
No, the midfielder. You might loaned him out.
Loaned him to Monza?
You might loaned him out, and then I think you sold him permanently.
Oh, no, you're thinking of Rovella.
But
he's at Lazio now.
He's at Lazio now.
You sold him. He's very good. Rovella's a really good regista, and again, I was a bit upset when we sold him. It didn't really make sense, but he had a lot of injury problems. But this season, funnily enough, he's not got many injury problems, man.
Yes. We'll move on from Juve anyway. We spent a bit of time there. It's only right.
Very quickly, because before they face potentially having to face them, it's either Milan or
PSV.
Ooh.
Which two?
Which is
draws out tomorrow.
Yeah. Who would I want?
Which two?
Milan.
Would you want?
Milan. It's a derby. It's a big game. I always love Juventus Milan. And B, I'm more confident going up against Milan because they're not in great form.
But you beat PSV early in the season, no?
We did beat PSV 3-1, yeah.
And I think it was a comfortable win as well.
It was, but that was at the start of the season when we had our fully fit team.
But do you not think that can play on the mind as well with the players and the team?
It could, but I'd say I think we'd have a better chance beating Milan right now. Just because their confidence is low. I don't think Conceição's fully adjusted to their team. I'm sure we'll touch on AC Milan, but I think there's some problems internally in the squad there.
Saw the Calabria beef the other day.
Morata, yesterday.
Morata's leaving as well. That's right, yeah.
So Conceição's quite like a personality as well. So I feel like
I'm behind him, man. I'll rock with his manager.
Yeah, it's
he looks like the kind of manager I run.
I know what kind of managers he likes.
I kind of rock with him, man.
Either my way or the
bro, when he came in week 1, set the tone on Inter.
Did he win the cup? Yeah, he won the cup.
I was like, get your skank on, bro.
Had a cigar in his mouth.
Yes, man. But touched on there, potentially playing Arsenal in the next round. Let's move on to Arsenal because 3rd in the table. 2nd best defensive record with only 3 goals conceded in the 8 games as well.
Talk about us, man. Say some more nice things.
Talk to me.
As a Tottenham fan, I want you to say more nice things.
Yesterday popping up, showing his magical feet, cutting in from that right-hand side. Who was it on the podcast that said he should potentially play on the right wing as well?
Oh no!
And he just cut inside on that left foot.
No, this one's not Drake take. This is not Drake take. Not yet. This is not Drake take yet. This is not Drake take. No. This is not. This is a Party Next Door song. It's a Party Next Door song.
Well, I said when Saka went down, it was you, Lias, here. I said, listen, and you asked me the question. You're like, yo, who should go to the right? I said, listen, Ethan. And then both of you guys said, Ethan. I said, doesn't even play him. Why do you think he's going to...
I said he wasn't ready. He might be ready now.
But hey, 2-1 against Girona as well. What do you make of the campaign so far? Champions League. I mean, third place, looking pretty good. Are you the third best team in Europe?
Are we the third best team in Europe? That's a good question. But as the table says, we are the third best team in Europe. So you got to go with the table says. But when it hit like October, November, and we was going through that pretty bad run, I wouldn't have expected us to finish where we are now in the Champions League table. And the way this season has gone with all the like negativity towards Arteta, negativity towards the team, the board, who would have thought Arsenal would finish third in Champions League, 3 goals conceded, and through to the playoffs automatically. And then we could either play, is it Juve, PSV, Milan, or what was the last one?
Definitely.
Is it just them three?
Yeah, Juve, PSV.
Like, who would have thought we would get... I'm not saying that's a bye to the next round.
Final,
Yes. I'm not saying that's a bye to the next round, but that's one of the easier fixtures that we can get going to the next round. So I feel like I'm very happy with where we are in the table right now. I think the squad... I like the squad rotation yesterday. We didn't play Rice. We didn't play Timber. Skelly got a rest. I like that Ethan and Raheem Sterling started, even though Raheem Sterling was missed the penalty. He still had one of his better games for Arsenal.
I loved Neto's appearance.
Did you love it, Elias?
That was another Make-A-Wish Foundation game. That's what it was. It was another Make-A-Wish Foundation game. Ryan said, do you know what? To let me rest at home today, we got a big game against City. Go on, Neto. And he still tried to save it outside the box with his hand as well, which is a madman. That's crazy. He's a criminal, you know that. He's a criminal. He needs to get charged with something because that was crazy. But I like the way we rotated the squad. Jorginho, I love when Jorginho plays in Champions League games. He's a proper European player.
He's always up for it.
Yeah, he loves European nights, whether it's for Italy, whether it's for Arsenal. He always steps up in those kind of games.
We made a Calafiori last couple of weeks as well, coming back in.
I've liked him. He's really good. I was going to say the same thing about Marino and Calafiori. When they play in these Champions League games that I've seen throughout the season, the tempo and the style of play suits them much more. So Marino yesterday, he's back in Spain playing against Spanish opposition. It slows down for him much more.
I know you.
Yeah, he's like, I know you. I touched you last year. Come here. Man, I've got you right here in the middle of the pitch. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then Calafiori, he's such an athletic, explosive centre-back playing at left-back, even though he's more suited to playing at left-back. Those kind of games, they're just so nice for him. Yeah. Even though yesterday he got caught out a couple of times defensively, which he has been shaky this season, I feel like his recoveries and him going forward and his technical ability is so good for Arsenal. It just helped us a lot yesterday.
You lot were linked with him in the summer as well, wasn't it? Is he one of those regrets that maybe you wish your club had gone on?
I can't lie, I didn't even have Twitter at the time, and I was going viral on Twitter about Calafiori, and I didn't even have Twitter. I was going viral. Yeah, I had a meltdown, man. That was bad. No, the thing is,
he strikes you as like a quintessential
he does.
I thought like it was done. Guaranteed Calafiori will be a Juventus player. Like you said, he's the most Juventus player I've ever seen. Then the Euros.
The way Arsenal just done it so quick though. I've not seen business like that from Arsenal in a long time. It was like a week and we had him.
Was it the assist that he had?
Yeah, against it was the assist.
Yeah, assist at the Euros.
Yeah. But the thing is, more time we chop these guys in transfer deals. We get Vlahovic, Locatelli. This time they're like,
it's crazy.
Hey, do you know what we did though? We took their air. We took Mr. Italy and said, give him to us.
That was rude. That was rude.
Look at Locatelli now. Look at Vlahovic now.
Juice in the transfer window fairs, man. We got something. But then you sign him and then just said, we'll save Marino till the deadline.
We'll save Marino till the deadline.
Hold on, where's the rest?
Yeah. But yesterday was a good performance. Obviously, Ethan, man of the match. Went band for band yesterday with Lamine Yamal. 2 17-year-olds fighting it out.
Hey,
that left foot. Yeah, that left foot's crazy, man.
Do you know what I really liked about that goal? Took a lot of touches. I didn't like how many touches he took leading up to the shot. But what I liked about the goal was it was behind him and he had to put so much power and get his knee over the ball that he actually proper put it in the corner. So it was one of those ones where the keeper was like, I don't know if this guy's going to actually shoot from here. Shot and he scored. So I like that he took the game by the scruff of his neck, because a lot of times when I go watch Arsenal games, he looks at Arteta for a lot of guidance when he's playing. So he looks over, he asks for Arteta for advice. When obviously we was watching from TV, so I'm not going to see much of that. But yesterday what I saw was him taking over the game more and getting involved more with Trossard and Odegaard. And I feel like that helped him a lot, having Trossard as the number 9 and Odegaard playing the right 10, because he can just bounce off of them and it's just easier for him.
I think he became the third youngest Champions League goal scorer.
English, maybe.
The third youngest man of the match.
I think it's Rooney and Jude, I think.
Yeah.
Has Lamine never
I'm
been
talking
man
about
of the
English.
Lamine.
I'm talking about English.
I'm talking
Oh,
about-
okay,
third.
yeah.
Third.
Oh, nice.
Fairs.
Yeah, you see?
Rather than yesterday's game, what about the whole campaign?
Yeah,
What about
I was
PSG?
Very, very happy with the campaign. PSG, I was there. We outran them. We bullied them in the midfield. It was a great win. Inter Milan was the annoying one. I think, was it a 0-0? We lost 1-0, I think.
1-0.
We lost 1-0.
Atlanta was the annoying one for you, man.
Yes, Atlanta was the annoying. The
That was
early
a
one.
patch.
I think it was the
That
second
was a
game.
rough
I think it was the
patch, yeah.
second Champions League game. That was really annoying because that game you could really see.
I think you played them in the first game.
Was it first or second? It was
no,
one of them. I
first, 'cause
remember.
That was the first game. Yeah.
It was the
we
first game.
played
I remember it was
PSG,
really,
yeah.
really early in
Yeah.
it. And I remember that game showed we wasn't ready for the season
Yeah.
because we had no style of play. We didn't know if Declan Rice was going to be the 8 or the 6. We didn't know what was happening with the wingers. Like, it was such a weird game. And we weren't really corner merchants then. And then when we got to the Inter game is when we realized, we just live off corners.
Yeah.
Because that Inter Milan game, it was corner. And then you're up against Bastoni, you get up against real defenders, and they're just eating it up every time they're eating up. So it was like, do you know
I
what
remember that moment of realization where it was
I
like,
remember watching
okay,
the game and I said,
this is who we are.
Yeah.
we just have to
Is that
accept
you?
it. Yeah.
literally, I just did that. I said, is this who we really are?
That meme.
Literally.
Scored?
Yeah. That's literally what it was.
Who we are.
Right, it was like a Thanos moment. I
What
was
do you
like, wow,
reckon
this is
for the
really
rest
us,
of the
man.
campaign though? Because I almost feel like amongst Arsenal fans, the Champions League is never spoken about.
Yeah.
Of potentially winning it, potentially going to the finals.
Other than last season.
But I'm like, you lot are one of the strongest teams in Europe. You showed it even playing some of the teams this season in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you can actually win this or maybe even do a deep run to the final?
I think we can have a very good run.
Because it
to
almost
the
seems like
final.
you're set up as a cup team as well.
That's
with
what I
these
was-
set pieces.
that's what I was
with
about to
being
say.
hard to break down.
Hard to break down the set pieces. We've got a lot of really good technical players that have come from the foreign leagues like Calafiori, Marino. You've got the Odegaards who are more suited for these kind of games. Jorginho's, Thomas Partey's. They're very suited for these Champions League, those cup runs. And I kind of feel like we've already thrown away the Premier League, even though we haven't. That game in hand coming up that Liverpool had against Everton, if they win that, I think they go 9 ahead of us. And then it's kind of like, okay, cool. We're out of the Carabao Cup, we're out of the FA Cup. We only got to focus on the Champions League, really. I feel like if we get a favourable run after round of 16, I feel like
Saka comes back.
Saka comes back, you know what I mean? That's a big one for Champions League because he's a Champions League killer as well.
Don't
Like,
play him in the league. Just come, hey, Wednesday nights, just come out.
Just
you know
like,
what I
hey,
mean?
do you want your hamstring massage? Let's massage it for you. Let's chill out. Go home. Oh, don't worry. Like Arteta's telling him and his girl go on holiday. Do you know what I mean? I like that. Like, go enjoy yourself. Be a kid. Like go on a vacation. Go to the Maldives, man. Go enjoy yourself. This is your first bad.
Go
Do you know
down,
what I mean? Enjoy yourself. Do you know what I mean? So like, I like that. But coming to the Champions League, we really need a favourable run.
Who do you want?
Who do I want?
Out of the 4 teams.
Out of
Right
the 4
now.
teams,
Out of
I
the
want
4 teams.
Juve.
Thanks, man.
I want Juve. Yeah, I want Juve. I don't want Dutch teams. Don't really care about them.
Milan.
Nah, don't want AC Milan. I don't want Leao to score the winner on us and then say, oh, we should have signed him in January. We should have signed him last summer. No, I don't want that. And the whole Constant South thing about him saying Arteta violated his family. Remember?
Yeah.
And he's making things up in his head. He's making things up. And Arteta came out. I was like, no, I didn't mean that, brother. I didn't mean that. Because he knew he was going to come to his house. He knew it. You could see in his eyes. Those Portuguese eyes, they were going.
as well.
They were going. But no, we need a favourable run.
Yeah.
If we do get a favourable run, I feel like we can go far. I feel like if we come up against the bigger teams in this tournament, we've got a good chance against them. If we come up against the Man Cities, we've got a good chance. If we come up against the Madrids, right now, you lot tactically aren't the greatest. If we come up against PSG, we already smoked them earlier in the rounds. And they didn't really have the best campaigns. Like, obviously, we know Madrid is Madrid. Once it gets to knockout rounds, it's game time.
So which team? You said Madrid, PSG.
Which teams? Yeah.
Which team are you scared of?
Am I scared of?
or don't want to play?
In a 2 legs.
Probably Liverpool, you know?
There's got to be.
Probably Liverpool. 'Cause
Atletico?
look, if I'm looking at Atletico's another one,
Inter?
Inter's another one.
Yeah, Inter
I'm not
for
the
sure.
big boys don't scare
Barca?
me. So, but Barca's worrying, but they play such a high line. That high line is going to be the death of them this tournament. You know that. Once they come up against a fast striker, just one fast striker or two fast wingers, they'll be done. Like Liverpool's game, we'll move. I know we'll talk about Liverpool later, but yesterday when they played Bakayoko and I can't remember the other winger they had, they come up against two fast wingers like that. It'll be
finished.
It'll be a long game. But the big boys not scaring me. Bayern's not scaring me because of company.
Vincent.
No, Vincent.
Well,
not Vincent.
Vincent's the same.
No, Vincent. No, not with that head shape.
Hey,
No,
Michael Elise.
No,
Elise
Elise's
got
not
Kane,
scary.
though.
Elise's
Musiala.
not
Kane
Kane's not
always
scary.
scores.
No, they're not
Jamal,
scary. They're not scary.
Jamal.
Hey.
No, anyone that's got Pep as their manager does not scare me. Doesn't scare me one bit. Inter Milan scares me. Atletico scares me. The dark horses scare me.
Okay.
Those are the worries. But the bigger teams, not so much.
Would you say Inter's a dark?
Do you know what's so funny?
I'd say Inter's
all of
a dark
those teams
horse,
you mentioned finished in the top 5. Atletico finishing it, Inter finished 4th, Barca finished
Yeah,
second.
you see, and they're like dark horses. Barcelona's name, they shouldn't be a dark horse, but they're like a dark horse. You know what I mean? But then look at the bigger boys. PSG finished low down the table. Man City right towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Bayern
Juve
Munich
20th.
out of it. Juve out of
Madrid
it.
finished 11th.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not good right now.
Speaking of which, the holders actually, let's move on there. Holders of the tournament finishing 11th outside the top 8. What have you made of the campaign so far? I think you guys won 3-0 yesterday against Brest. No, you did a watch along for that.
Yeah.
Killy.
He's back for real.
Have you forgiven him for his sins? Or?
No, he's back.
Where are we on the phasal chart?
We need the phasal chart. You know that. We need the phasal crash out.
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or.
Oh, Ballon d'Or run, we're coming. We're coming. What's his name? His name's not Killian as well. What's his name? It's Kiki.
Nah, Kiki's back.
You noticed before, you see that grey Madrid shirt you have?
Yeah.
Before, the name was always on the back. Now it's flipped around.
Now it's the front. No. He's back. Kiki's back.
Talk to us
But
about
now
the
the Champions League
campaign,
campaign, it's a bit disappointed that we're not finishing top 8. Because I felt like we had a favourable draw. Our toughest game was always going to be Anfield. And we lost Anfield, but the fact that we lost against Lille, yes, I know Lille's it's been doing well, but still, Stuttgart, Salzburg, Brest, Milan at home, Dortmund
That
at
was
home.
a crazy one.
And Atalanta was close as well, man.
Atlanta's close.
The
We
miss
got
at
very
the
lucky.
end, bro. The miss at the end was crazy.
That should have been a draw.
Retrogui, yeah.
But our only difficult game was Anfield, so we should have at least qualified top 8. It's a bit disappointing again. We haven't actually had a system, and it's good that Mbappe's bad form started early on, where he couldn't play football. Now it's reminding himself, yo, I'm Kiki. I can actually play ball. And I think since December, to be fair, after the interview came out, which was like mid-December, he's returned back to his usual self. Rodrigo has been elite on the left-hand side, but now Vinny's back. He's going to go on the right-hand side. Ceballos has been very crucial for us. Ceballos has been very important, surprisingly.
Talk to me about that one, because I feel like it's up and down with him. When it comes to contract renewal time, he hits the form of his life.
Contract season, hella man.
Then there's 6 months of
Don't talk about contract players.
Why does this guy exist at my club? And then he goes through this patch again.
Contract season, hella man, moving crazy. But the thing about Ceballos is that I look at my team. Since Cruz went, we don't have someone that can control a game to the level of Cruz. And the only person that I can think of that can do it to that level is Ceballos. Ceballos is the only one that can play as a 6, but he's very comfortable as his passing the ball under pressure. He can actually beat a press. The likes of Luka can do it, but Luka's 39 years old. Kama, Chemeni, Jude is not that person as a 6. They can't do it to that level of being a great passer as well going forward and a progressor of the ball. I like Ceballos. Raul's been playing. The Raul Asenio has been. He's been elite. I loved him. But
That's the young kid, isn't it?
the young kid.
Is he?
Yeah. Come on, man. Of course, Laugh Africa, man.
Because now, nowadays, clubs we sign a man at 18 and then say, he's one of ours, he's one of ours.
Nah.
You lot are guilty of that.
Yeah. But the only thing is that Carlo came out. We, of course, have to play City or Celtic. Carlo came out yesterday and said, which pissed me off.
Yo, say what he said.
Carlo came out. And he came out different ways as well. Carlo came out, which pissed me off. He said, I hate playing against City. I don't like playing against City. Why are you bringing the fear factor?
Why are you telling everyone you're scared?
Why are you bringing the fear factor earlier? We haven't even kicked a single ball, and we might not even play City.
And you beat them.
And we beat them.
When they were better as well.
That's what I'm saying. Why they are in the worst possible state. We might not even play them. We could play Celtic. But why are you still coming out and saying, "Oh, I'm scared of City"? Come on,
it could be a double bluff.
Come on, it could be, but with him, he can't bluff. Yeah, he can't bluff. With him, whatever he says, he doesn't know what bluffing is.
Listen,
but
last couple of games I've been seeing David Alaba's been
back.
Slow little
He's
return.
back.
They were telling me he was going to retire like 2 months ago.
He's making 20 minutes appearances off the bench. He's so crucial.
How big is that?
He's so crucial in the build-up because we don't have a left-footed centre-back. You know how having a left-footed centre-back is so important to the build-up and how he actually progresses with the ball.
Yeah.
Rudiger, his knee, I don't know if you guys have seen the reports, Rudiger's been playing with a bad knee for the past 3 months. So he's been forcing himself to play because we don't have any other centre-back. Everyone's been out and we don't have centre-back. Alaba being back is important, but with Alaba back, it's going to hinder Raul playing time because Carlos said,
Would he drop him though if he's playing that well?
I think he's going to rotate.
My brother. This Brest was going to be our most important game. Brest was important. And this told me what Carlos going to do for the rest of the season. Modric came in, 39-year-old Modric over Ceballos.
Yeah.
Chemeni came in over Raul.
Yeah.
Vasquez played.
Yeah, that's great.
And Mendy played. So I know.
All reliables came out, man.
I know moving forward, this is going to be a starting 11. With Carlo, he loves loyalty. So all those players, the Vasquez, the Mendy, they are going to be playing for the rest of the season. Despite
But it's worked so far since his return, though.
It worked out yesterday.
Ancelotti bought you 2 Champions Leagues.
my brother.
You don't trust in him?
Would you take?
I'm not trying to.
This guy.
Would you take him at Juve?
2025. We're trying to have Carlo Ancelotti. Allah.
He's a winner, though, isn't it, Faisal? You need these kind of winners in the dressing room.
Do you want him?
I'm not saying I want him.
Answer my question. Do you want him?
I want him.
What about Juve as well, isn't it?
No. You know what pisses me off? Every person tells me, "Oh, why this is Ricardo? Do you want him?" And they say no. So,
No.
do you want him?
There's never an answer. They go, I don't know.
Maybe there's a bad guy. Do you want him? Then yes or no? Well, yes or no?
Honestly, I'll take him with Motta, joint thing. We'll do assistant and go manage.
Who else? I was going to touch on Jude Bellingham as well. Talk to me about the form he's been in the past couple of weeks. Start of the season, it was talking about, he's not scoring as many goals or now.
10 goals now.
Hey,
Talk about that second goal as well.
He's active, yeah.
Lucas Vasquez assist.
Hey, it's good assist as well.
They cooked Carlo.
Like that. Jude, we are now the only team in Europe after yesterday's game to have 4 players on double-digit goals. And it's crazy to say that when we have no system. So the fact that we've got the good thing about it is all the players are doing well individually. My biggest concern is Mbappe has had his moments. Vinny had his early moments. Rodrigo's having his best moment. The only way we can win the Champions League, which of course we'll talk about now, the everything, we can only win the Champions League if Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo can all play together well. We haven't had that any moment of the season. It's always been 2 of them or 1 of them.
One of them on
and
fire,
my concern is Rodrigo, I think, will do well. My concern is Kiki and Vinny. Can they?
Who's gonna be the one to really rise up? Well, Vinny's shown he's missed the Champions League.
They can rise
Together.
Individually, they can rise. Can they rise together?
But do you think you need all 3 of them firing to win the Champions League?
You don't need all 3. No.
I think
That's
you
what I
need
think.
2.
We need 2.
And Jude in the back.
Batman and Robin.
We need 2, but my concern is not going forward. My concern is
Defensively. Yeah,
conceding
defensively.
because listen, if we beat, I think we'll beat either City or Celtic. I don't think I've got a bad feeling, and I'm praying we don't get Leverkusen.
Leverkusen's hard. Man.
Leverkusen's system, we struggle against wingers and fullbacks, specifically fast and pacey. They've got Frimpong, they've got Grimaldo, and they've got the strikers in Wirtz and thing.
Tough game.
Matchup wise, it's not going to go well for us.
They beat Inter as well. They're no joke.
That's why I want Atleti, but
I think any team you play up against now that has a good midfield is the big struggle. I feel like your midfield is.
I think that's
wingers.
what Barca showed.
Yeah.
When they played this season.
Yeah, that's
wingers.
what
No. Wingers.
If you've got the wingers and you've got midfielders who can control
Yeah.
a game, you can get Madrid.
Because you were talking about Ceballos before, and you said there's no one that controls a game like Cruz. There's no one in world football, even now, that controls a game like Cruz. Like you won't find it for another few years as well. That control, like this is just cruise control. Whatever tempo he wants the game to play at is what he played at. Ceballos doesn't have obviously the passing range. He doesn't have the technical ability that Cruz had. So you guys will struggle going forward. I feel like you just have to find the midfield balance now of what works best. I don't think Tchouaméni works best anymore in midfield. I feel like his time might be coming.
Most likely, yeah.
Camavinga, I feel like, is the guy going forward, but he needs someone next to him. That's what he really needs. But I think
But he's been injured as well.
Yeah, that's a big trouble as well.
That's the thing with Kama, is always injury prone. Bro, playing Madrid, I said it I think last month, playing Madrid is the easiest thing possible. Because we don't have a system and there's so much space between the defense and the midfield.
And they call you the bad guy for not liking Carlo. See?
Don't vindicate him, please.
It's true.
Please don't do
No.
He just said, if he offered me Carlo Ancelotti, I'm saying no. He hesitated to answer. You're not taking it. There's a lot of men not taking it.
But they tell me, you're being too harsh.
Oh yeah, no, you are quite desperate.
You're being too harsh.
You just want some good times, that's it. Just a temporary hit.
You give me a trophy?
Yeah, just a temporary hit.
Come through, bro.
Yeah.
But
let's move on from Real Madrid to. I want to move on to the other side of El Clasico, and that's Barcelona. Drew yesterday 2-2 to Atlanta. Does Hansi Flick's team concern you in terms of the attack? they have scored 28 goals.
They've had a great
the most
tournament.
in this campaign. They've been scoring at will. You have felt it twice this season. Go and check out the watch-alongs if you haven't, or go and see the match
I felt
reaction.
9 times, man.
Barca,
you've had 9 times.
9 goals, fam.
yeah, Barca are capable in terms of going forward, causing a lot of stress. They've got a lot of quality youngsters as well. Do we think they're one of the favourites for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're up there.
Yeah.
They're,
Definitely.
for me, I said it earlier, they're still one of the dark horses of the tournament, even though it's the name Barcelona. Beginning of the season, no one expected
I think
them
it's
to do
because
so.
of the last couple of years, isn't it?
Yeah,
where
no one
it
expected
hasn't
them.
really
And
been
the
that
way
great.
their transfer business, them struggling to re-sign Dani Olmo, selling their boxes in the stadium just to register Dani Olmo, like all those little
Spotify
things.
arena,
Yeah, do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it's all those little things make it look like Barcelona is not a serious institution, but in the Champions League, they look like they're going to be probably the biggest problem. You got Lamine Yamal. Yesterday I watched the extended highlights of their game. He's giving me Robin vibes. You know that. When he goes on his left foot, no one can stop him.
Yeah.
When I see him cut in, watch the next Barca game, yeah? Watch him cut in and watch all the runs that they make for him just to make that cut in.
Yeah.
It's exactly like how Bayern Munich used to be.
Yeah.
Everyone runs in one direction and all the defenders go, I'm following my man over here. It's the left back's fault.
And it leaves it
Wide open, he just...
It's unpatchable.
Corners. And he's going to get hit. There's going to be a season where he hits them all the time.
3v1s,
bro.
nothing's working.
When I watched it, I was like, wow, man, this is...
There was on 2v1 I saw the other day on Twitter where he just
Oh, the
ghosted
little-
like
yeah, in
that
the
and
league
then
game,
just
yeah.
nutmeg through the other
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And the defender was just like, you know what, take it. See you,
Yeah.
man.
It's like that goal he scored against Germany in the Euros.
Yeah. When he went inside.
Slapped
like,
the top,
yeah,
man.
man.
Rabiot just saying,
It's a long
talking all
day.
that wax.
That's why Koundé's having his best season.
Yeah.
Because everyone's double teaming, triple teaming Lamine, even the fullback.
You can
which means
overlap.
Koundé
Yeah.
overlapping.
Bro, it's got a lot of space.
Trent's had great seasons
And
because of Salah. Ben White's had good seasons because of
That's true.
Saka. Lahm had good seasons. Not obviously Lahm was as good as he was.
Messi,
but Lahm-
Alves.
Messi, Dani Alves, like all the great right backs, they always have the best right winger in front of them.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
attract 3-man and it leaves that fullback wide open. And then when you're defensively sound, you're good. You're
And
already
you
good.
got
as a-
Rafinha on the other side who's pretty much in Ballon d'Or
And then you got
form this
Balde as well.
season.
That's doing well.
Lewandowski's still scoring at the rate
Lee
that he
was
is.
now, yeah.
People forget that Lamine goal. Did you see that pass from Lewandowski?
Yeah.
Opened up his foot, perfectly weighted to Rafinha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
He's now finally doing well. He didn't start. Hansi Flick dropped him in the league game because my brother, you scored 2 goals in 12 games. Like, yo. But I think now he's responded. He came off the bench and scored.
Yeah.
Started this game. But it's Rafinha though. Rafinha's been doing...
Rafinha's their wild card.
It's the wild
Because
card.
you
I don't
go
think
to
anybody
Lamine, if
knew
you-
he was at this
If
level.
you close out Lamine for just 10 minutes of the game, we'll go to the left-hand side. We've got
Yeah.
Rafinha, who's Ballon d'Or form now. He's similar stats as Salah. Let's just go to the left-hand side and
And historically,
we'll
he's
work
always
over there.
played on the right wing,
Yeah.
doing the cutting side, having shots, and to see him taking this left-hand side
Yeah.
by storm is crazy. Defensively, though, do you think they can
They're
hold it
high.
out?
Yeah,
Because
they leak
that's
a lot
the
of
one
goals.
thing that
Yeah.
you almost feel like they're so incredible going forward, but defensively they can still leak goals. Of course, they've still got to Stegen out. Some Barca fans would say that's a positive.
Yeah.
That's a massive positive.
Yeah. But
But I mean, when you see Chesney
Yeah.
the other day, I'm
Yeah,
like,
go back to
hey.
last week. Go back to
You know
last
what
week and see what
I
Chelsea
don't
was
know.
doing in
I
that
don't know.
Benfica game.
They want
But then
Inaki
defensively,
Peña.
they also
Yeah.
don't have like many bodies. Like
Yeah.
in terms of if one or two
Defensively, yeah.
injuries and it's down to the bare bones. Like Araujo obviously scored a goal yesterday, but then was also responsible for one as well. It's like
And
he
he was
can be
injured.
hit and miss.
He was injured. He's just
and he was
recently come
injured
back,
out for a
so-
long
He
chunk
was
as well.
close to joining you, man.
Yeah, we were linked to him in January.
He was close to joining you, man. Araujo.
He's someone who I think that would be good for.
You know-
I think
you know,
it'd be
right
good for
now-
you. And
He
for
looked
them.
like he signed his contract with Juve and then just
Yeah, it
done
looked
the
done, man,
U-turn,
and
like
then,
literally.
yeah.
His value, no, it's because Inigo Martinez went down.
Yeah, there was an injury.
so they had to- so
Your take was almost. That almost came through. I saw your video went around when you said in 2 years Araujo won't be at Barcelona anymore. I remember that.
Last season. They cooked me.
I remember he said it. I said, wow, Basil, Fez.
I can't. This season we're cooking.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
season
yeah,
we're
yeah.
cooking.
This season you're in the fire.
But then that's another one with the
but-
surprise of Inigo Martinez.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would have expected like a 32, 33-year-old who hasn't really been playing much to all of a sudden link up with Kabasi and it's like this.
That's what I was going to say. We're forgetting about Kabasi. We're forgetting 17
Kabasi
still.
coming out of
17,
nowhere,
18.
16, 17,
Yeah.
locking up Osimhen and they went,
Yeah.
hold on, what? You?
Yeah.
Sign a lineup for the rest of the future.
You right there, my brother.
The next 10 years were locked in, so it's crazy, but...
For me, I think Barca can win the tournament. For me,
Yeah.
depending on who they face, they can beat any team. It can be, as you mentioned
Yeah.
earlier, the Madrid. They can be if they face Madrid, bro. They can be us 10-0. They can beat anyone if depending on the matchup. If they face an Inter on Atleti, they're not gonna win.
Yeah.
If they Atleti, no, forget Atleti. Inter. If they face a team that plays the low block, That's been the struggles of this season.
Yeah.
Every defeat and every loss has been a team against a low block. If they team a Barca, a Madrid, a Bayern, I think Newman would play low block.
We'll struggle
I think
against
Newman would play low block
Yeah.
against them though.
Yeah.
Newman wouldn't play high.
No, we would. Yeah.
Low block. If they face a team,
Atletico at home, wasn't it?
Exactly.
The 2-1
Any
loss,
team with
yeah.
a low block, they will struggle because with Barcelona, they don't have an X factor. We mentioned, of course, Rafinha's being the wild card. The only X factor they have is Lamine Yamal. If Lamine Yamal has a quiet game, no one else can step up.
Pedri.
Huh?
And Pedri.
I was going to
And
say
Pedri.
Pedri can run
And
games.
Pedri.
single-handedly.
Pedri is arguably the most important player.
Pedri
He dictates the game like no other
it's
midfielder.
insane.
So.
Casada's been very good for them this season.
Did we take? Obviously, it's not Barcelona. Did we take anything from Liverpool losing yesterday?
I was actually going to move on to that because we're saying like Barca are one of the
Did we
favorites.
take anything from Liverpool?
Well,
They played their completely
BT,
weakened
BT.
side. Yeah.
Highly rotated side.
Yeah.
Obviously, first loss, but I mean, top of the table, they were comfortable. They knew they weren't going to lose
Check who
that.
Liverpool potentially could face.
Isn't it the last four or the
I
last?
think.
Yeah,
They
must
could
be.
four, right?
They finished first.
Yeah.
Isn't
Isn't it Monaco, Brest, PSG, or Benfica?
and Barca? It's the same,
Barca's the same, yeah.
Yeah, Barcelona were for.
So
I think-
I mean, for me, I think Liverpool are like the outright favourites, and maybe
for
at the
the
start of the
Champions League, yeah.
season, people wouldn't have said that. But I think you look at all the teams they've played: Milan, Madrid.
Yeah.
Every team they've come up against, Leverkusen absolutely flogged them as well.
Yep.
They haven't really been tested, in my opinion. And the funny thing is, I still feel like they have gears to go.
Yeah.
But I still think there's another gear within this Liverpool team. I think that if the league as well, they kind of wrap it up
Against
like
Everton,
February
yeah.
or something like that. I think they start.
Yeah, they'll
resting
focus on the
players
Champions League.
for the Champions League, and I think they've got a lot of players coming back from injuries as well.
Well, this is the thing. Like you said, what could we take from the Liverpool game? Chiesa. Because Chiesa was the best player yesterday.
Yeah.
Like both goals came from Chiesa.
Yeah.
On the first goal, he won the penalty, but he was initiating a solo press. He won the ball. Then obviously they tackled him. It was a foul. Then the second goal on Harvey Elliott's goal, the shot came from him, rebounded straight to Harvey Elliott. The thing is with Chiesa,
Talk to us because he was obviously at your
Yeah,
club.
of
I feel
course.
like his kind of stock fell over the last 2 years, whether it's
Tore his-
injuries,
yeah, he tore his
forms,
ACL.
or
Definitely
Tore
injury.
his ACL,
Because at the
yeah.
Euros, he
Is-
was crazy.
has-
He was.
start of the season, people have always been quick to write him off and saying, Liverpool aren't playing him, but should they stick with him? Should they give him time? Because the ability that we saw at, was it Euro 2021,
Yeah,
when he
Euro
first came
20,
to
yeah.
Juve, that
He was
last season at
amazing.
Fiorentina,
He was
bro,
great.
he was a special player.
Yeah, he was one of the best wingers in the world them times.
Facts.
Like I would say his peak is his first season at Juventus under Pirlo, and then because that season went into the Euros as
Yeah.
well. But he was very unfortunate to tear his ACL like 3-4 months after that. But I think Chiesa is a great player. He's he just struggles with fitness, man. And even since the ACL tear, he's not had major injuries, but he's had a lot of muscle problems.
Niggles.
That's what I'm saying. Setting him out 15, 20, close to a month sometimes. And with Liverpool this season, you haven't really seen a run of games from him. And I'm not saying he's going to start in the first team because you've got Diaz, Gakpo, Salah who are firing. But these sort of games where Chiesa can come in, he makes the difference. And if he keeps performing like this, he's going to be a useful asset, whether that be off the bench or maybe even sneak his way into the first team, potentially over like a Gakpo. Maybe even.
Because he can play both sides.
Because he can play on
through
either
the
flank.
middle.
Yeah.
He's very good. And and they bought him from us for
12
11
million.
or something.
12,
I'm looking
11.
at this Liverpool
Yeah.
team, yeah. The whole bench is the youth team.
Yeah.
They had Robertson starting at centre back.
who was
Yeah.
criminal, by the way.
Yeah, they
And they were-
had that kid that came off that got some red
And they were
card as
leading.
well.
They were leading as well.
Yeah, they were leading
They
as
at
well.
one point.
But then Bakayoko scored a really
And in
good goal.
typical Chiesa fashion as well, I think he had the most dribbles in this game, but then also won the most duels. Which
I
is
feel like
most Chiesa
for Liverpool-
like.
He's always been a runner.
Yeah,
He's always been a
always.
runner. Yeah.
Like, he
Well,
fights
Liverpool's
so
the
hard
favourite.
for the
Yeah.
Barca. His work rate is second to none. Like you can't question that.
facts.
Yeah.
Liverpool right now, like if we had to bet on a team, Astaghfirullah, fam. Because I saw.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I saw. No. Yesterday timeline was crazy.
Shout out to everyone who lost on Bet365. It wasn't me, but shout out to you guys.
one betting slip come in.
No, I didn't see nothing.
nobody
I
celebrating
didn't
at
see
10
nothing.
o'clock. I was like,
All those guys
Everyone
struggling.
held L's.
They
So
were
you get-
struggling.
So you get.
And I know they're going back tonight for Europa League.
Oh,
I know they're back for the Europa League.
I always win them all second season. Come on, Mike.
But I think, listen, Liverpool are the heavy favourites
Yeah.
by far. Defensively, midfield, going forward. I want to talk about another Italian team, which I think, Inter.
Inter.
I want to
Inter
talk about
this
them
season.
as well, though.
Inter, I want to talk about Inter first, though.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because I think this season,
One goal conceded
One
in
goal
the
conceded.
entire knockout stages, by
and
the way.
I think if you ask any man that supports Barca, whatever it is, Madrid, I would hate to face. You said it yourself. You hate
hate
to
that
face
game.
Inter. What is it about Inter for you?
The system. It's so effective. Like defensively, they're so strong. They leak very minimal chances. Like you said, obviously only one goal conceded, the best defensive record in the Champions League. But even in Serie A, they're a joke. They're hard to break down. They got players like Bastoni in the back, bro, he is like, I would say this season. Obviously, everyone talks about Van Dijk and rightfully so. He is the best defender in Europe, but I would say Bastoni could even be second. Genuinely.
Ooh.
Speak.
Yeah, genuinely.
Ooh, speak.
He is the best left-footed centre back in the world. He would get into every team, in my opinion. And people talk about Kubarsi and how good he is with his passing range, how many chances he creates. But Bastoni's been doing this.
Yeah.
Bastoni was doing this at the Camp Nou a couple seasons ago. Do you know what I mean? When they had Conte. So, like, Bastoni's been one of the best defenders in Europe for a long time now. And then their wing-backs are, like, devastating, bro. Like you were saying about your fullbacks, bro. If Dimarco and Dumfries are running at your fullbacks, it's a long day.
I haven't seen a three at the back perform this well in a long time. You know, Conte's days it was good, but it was such a simple 3-5-2. Now this is like you see Bastoni stepping up, playing as like a left wing back.
They almost go into midfield. Then you see the two midfielders drop with.
And then
it's so weird. It's like Dimarco and Dumfries become the wingers, and then Bastoni becomes the left back, and then it's
Hakan drops as a centre back.
It's really weird. And then
in and out of possession is so intelligent.
He is almost like what I would say, like the tacticals on Twitter.
Yeah.
The absolute dream.
Who
Inzaghi? The football he plays. Relationism. As they call it. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
The half spaces.
He come to.
And then you've got Thuram and Martinez.
Thuram and
Martinez. Who I just feel like.
Lautaro's finally, though.
Lautaro's bagging.
Finally.
He started the season slow. But he's bagging now. And when Lautaro starts picking up form, it's
But it was the Copa America that slowed him down at the beginning of the season. I remember they won it. Was it Argentina won it?
Argentina did win.
Yeah, the finals.
They won it. I think he was the top scorer in the Copa America. Then obviously, you don't really get much of a break, and it's straight into like an intense season. He was slow, but I'll tell you where they're going to lose it. They'll lose it when it's on TV and everyone's watching Lautaro Martinez. Because every time when the lights are on Lautaro, you know what it's like. You know what it's like when the lights are on. No one's watching Copa America. That's why he done so well. No one's watching them play against these little meaty Champions League teams. Everyone was watching World Cup, and I was like, hey man, what's going on?
The brights were too light.
The brights were too light. Him and Upamecano, when the lights are on them, it is a long day. They both smell when the lights are on them. So I feel like that's where they'll lose it. If they get a big game and everyone's watching that Champions League night, it's a long day. It's a long day for them.
No, but Inter are strong. I still think they're the favourites to win the league. They're not top at the minute. Napoli are, but they have a game in hand. Like
Conte, though. I mean, Conte.
They haven't patched him yet. How have they not patched him in Italy?
Every time he comes back, gets that rhythm going, and he takes first place. I find it hard to dislodge him, bro.
I think he's the best Serie A manager ever.
Facts.
Yeah, I agree.
In terms of league titles, I always say he knows the remedy
and how he does it.
His resume is ridiculous.
Yeah, he just comes first season. Yeah, I'm winning that. Second season, I'll mess up.
And then what's the one place he didn't?
Yeah.
Champions League.
No, Champions League. We're not talking about Europe League.
Yeah. Plus, funnily enough, Champions League Conte doesn't perform in Europe.
Oh, he's so bad. He's so bad in Europe.
You're too loud. I don't like that.
He's terrible in Europe, man. He's terrible in Europe.
Him and Lias have been cooking him in the Champions League, though.
But Champions League.
Champions League run
is not looking good, bro.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Napoli next season already.
He won't be there, man. He's going to leave in the summer.
Yeah, he's going to cry and say, you ain't giving me players.
He's going to cry.
Bro, that's what he does. Get my title, and I did. Keep my reputation intact.
I can't believe it's so Kivicha, fam.
Hey,
Kivicha, PSG.
Let's talk about PSG yesterday. Dembele.
Has finally found
into it. 27.
I've never seen.
Form might be coming to peak.
Peaking at 27.
Might be coming.
But that attacking options, you know how insane it is. Please check it. Please read.
The Paris Saint-Germain attack. We have Desiree Doué.
Yes.
Marvelous player as well. What a jogador. We have Kvisha Kvaratskhelia, who's obviously the new signing. Ousmane Dembele. You have Bradley Barcola. You have the South Korean sensation Kang In Lee.
Yes.
You have Marcos Asensio.
Okay.
You have Gonzalo Ramos.
You went a bit too far. Put the mic down. I put the mic down, bro.
He just told you to calm down.
Asensio. Come on, brother.
Okay.
Come on, brother.
Yo,
once upon a time, Faisal used to raise.
First SEO, okay.
Put that mic down, bro.
No, but they got strength in depth in that department, and there's gonna have to be a fall guy.
I know there will be a fall
There's
guy.
gonna have to be a fall guy.
I
And
hope. Hey,
look.
I know you see a brother over there with little
It can't be him.
Well,
Mr. Bradley. Mr. Bradley. Can't be Bradley. Can't be Bradley. He's trying to self-proclaim him as well. It doesn't work like that, big bro.
Yeah, no.
It don't work like that, big bro.
Barcola just a stinker.
It don't work like that, big bro.
Who had Kadani pops up on your timeline?
Stick to Isaac.
Come on.
Nah, it can't be Bradley. I think the one sacrifice is Desire.
Desiree. No, they won't sacrifice Desiree.
Nah. Desiree.
Desire. I got desires.
Free from desire.
I got desires.
You're obsessed.
I don't think Desiree will be the fall guy.
Same.
I think he's too young. 18, 19.
yesterday as well.
And he's the natural right winger.
I think it will be Bradley. I think it'll be Bradley.
I think it'll be
Who?
Kang In Lee.
No.
Man, they don't care about that guy, man. They don't care about that guy.
Hey.
Start 11.
We have one Korean sensation at my club.
I'll replace him.
Ooh.
Father,
Yeah.
bring the son. And let's raise the next generation. We have just signed a young Korean player of the year in Hyuk Min Yang.
Yes.
And now
He's on loan.
we get Kang In Lee. Korea's
You're
next
collecting all the
generation.
Infinity Stones, man.
Bro,
It's
listen.
It's like what Celtics do.
Come on.
That's like what Celtics do.
But you know what's crazy?
Japanese players.
Yeah, it is.
I heard he doesn't even speak Korean. I heard he just speaks Spanish only.
Who Kang?
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Google
That
it right
boy
now.
was born in Mallorca.
Wikipedia. I read that he doesn't speak a lick of Korean.
I don't believe this.
I read that, and
There
then I
is
saw
no way.
I saw a video of him. I can't remember who he was playing against, one of his teammates, and they were speaking in Spanish. And I said, how is two Korean guys speaking Spanish to each other?
they must.
Like, why? Why are they speaking? Should they not be speaking their native language?
Maybe
Search it. He don't speak. I think he was born and raised in Spain. You know that?
Nah.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Nah,
I'm telling
nah.
you.
Just find an
I'm
interview
telling
of him
you. He
speaking.
was born and raised in Spain.
Incheon, South Korea.
Listen, alright, he's raised in Spain. He's raised in Spain. He's raised in Spain. Google it. Google it. He doesn't speak Korean. He doesn't speak Korean.
What does that say right there? Lee joined Valencia's academy in July 2011.
Go on.
In 2011, he would have been 10 years old.
And then
So
Google.
10 years old.
Hey, trust me.
Bro,
Trust me.
but if
I
he
can't
was-
say
if
where
he-
I get my sources from, but he doesn't speak Korean. He doesn't speak Korean.
He was born in Korea, though.
No, he doesn't speak Korean.
born in
You
Korea.
get my sources. My sources.
Okay, listen.
I'm
He's
ITKing it right now.
He's adamant.
I'm ITKing it right now. He doesn't speak Korean.
Let us know in
He
the
doesn't
comments
speak Korean.
if you believe Ilyas or not.
Hey, I'm putting my chips on the table. He doesn't speak
Can
Korean.
you do some background research there if possible?
Bro.
No, he was born there, but he didn't speak it.
Bro. Yo.
He just might not be comfortable.
I know someone.
Who knows?
I know. He speaks Spanish.
Okay, sorry. I distracted it with all this hanging.
Where did we
Who
get
is
to
going to be the fall guy then?
Okay, no. Okay, better question. What is the best front trio
Oh.
to win, to go far to Champions League?
I think they'll end up forcing a false nine situation.
You have to almost Dembele in the false nine with the
Yeah.
goal scoring rate that he's on.
So who's right? Barcola and
I think-
Kivicha left.
I say
I don't know, because Barcola
Yeah.
is so good on the left. But
I say
Kvaratskhelia is
Barcola
also so
off.
good on the left. But none of them are right wingers apart
Yeah.
from
I
Dembele
say
and
he's
Due.
in Kvara. What's the rush?
Fam, they've
But
got.
what about... I have an idea.
Okay.
The thing is, their midfield is so strong, though. But you could play Kvara in the 10. 4-2-3-1.
I was going to say Due in the 10, Kvara
right.
and Barcola.
No, they tried that.
Vitinha and Neves.
But
as the
Kvaratskhelia
centre.
at Napoli, he would
They tried
invert
it last
so
season.
much
Yeah.
into the middle, though.
They tried it last season with Mbappe was there. They tried that full against Newcastle. You remember?
It didn't work.
Four-pronged attack. It was useless.
That's the thing.
But I don't think they used it right. That's the thing. I think someone like a Due in the 10 will link more with the midfield, in my opinion.
But they've got a Madrid issue. All left wingers.
Yeah.
But then
Kivicha,
why
Barcola.
did they buy Kvaratskhelia then? That's the thing.
Because
I think they sensed an opportunity.
He wants it out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they
He
And
wanted
if they
out.
wait-
But is it that PSG wanted someone else out, or they've already agreed a sale of a Barcola or a Due?
If they
or
wait till the
something?
summer, Kivicha's value would have been 100 million, 120,
Yeah.
whatever it
Yeah.
is.
I think at that time
Maybe,
they had to
yeah.
get it.
And
70 what? 70 mil?
He was doing well this season.
It
as well.
does- bro,
70
it's
million
very
euros,
cheap,
bro.
yeah.
70
70
million
mil.
euros,
It's
yeah.
Like, I
very
think
cheap.
Mudryk went for more than
100.
that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Do we look at PSG as serious contenders in this Champions League?
I never look at them as contenders.
And that's the thing. Historically, we don't. Historically, we don't.
Well, that hurts.
Turned it around against City last week.
They won comfortably yesterday, but look where they are on the table, man.
Man, I can't. They had a good turnaround. Because at one point, them man were going out.
Yeah,
they
So,
started-
When it was 2-0
When it
down
was
and
2-0,
Haaland
they were out.
scored.
They were
out. So the turnaround
And
was
historically, PSG at that point,
Yeah.
they usually get the remontadas done on them.
Yeah.
Hey, let's speak about the team who they did beat them. Manchester City.
Manchester City. All right, man. All right. Relax.
It's meant to be you doing it.
Yo, crazy.
No.
Let's talk about Man City,
Payback,
though.
payback.
Let's talk.
Payback, bro.
Oh. Hey, no, you don't get him yet.
Talk about.
You don't get him yet.
We'll talk after the pod.
Caught me on surprise.
Talk after the pod. But Man City, 3-1 win yesterday, of course. Lost to PSG the week before. Slowly looking like they're turning the corner despite that PSG loss.
They had a great January, except for the
they-
PSG loss.
Yes, I was going to
Had a
say.
very good January.
Like,
With the signings.
are they
as well, yeah.
recovering? Maybe.
Yeah, I
Could
think
they
that-
do
yeah.
something in the Champions League? Because I know the league. Look, forget about it. This season it's done. But the Champions League, I still think they've got
So
a couple of pieces in there.
You saying the Champions League? Do you guys think they'll be Madrid
Right now,
or
no.
Bayern?
I think they beat Bayern.
I think Madrid they give a good game to.
I think they beat Bayern.
I think they can give a good game to anyone.
Against Vincent?
The thing is, they could give a good game to everyone, but they could also lose to everyone right now.
Yeah.
Playing,
That's true.
playing the way they are.
But
Like
that's what
Bruges, Bruges had big chance. Ederson
Yeah, they went
saved
1-0 up.
them.
Yeah, they went
And then
1-0
they
up.
went 2-1 up with the own goal. That was quite fortunate that happened.
Yeah.
But before that, Bruges were on top.
That was a very good goal. I like that.
That was
Very
a
good goal.
but I can't lie. Hey, the goalkeeper, he had a better 365 bet.
Who's the keeper?
The goalkeeper on Club Brugge.
Who is that? though?
You think you had a bet on?
Have you not seen the goal?
That's you
Yeah,
can't-
it
that's allegations.
was rolling
Have you
in,
not seen the
basically.
goal?
Change the allegations
Have
there.
you not seen the goal?
Which
Do you
one?
know who the Bruges keeper was?
What is it? What Mignolet?
Simon Mignolet.
Is it Mignolet?
Yeah.
Mignolet.
Is it Mignolet? Please, have you man seen the goal?
I saw the goals. Which one?
Fam, the first goal, Kovacic's goal.
Bro, it was in
When
like,
you ran through the
It was
middle.
in like 0.5
Yeah, forget the
speed.
shot.
Yeah.
It was a weak shot. Did you see the goal?
Yeah.
Fam,
Was it central?
That's like vintage Mignolet though.
Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as I saw the goal, I was like,
Oh,
Mignolet.
we've
It
got
makes
actual
sense.
demonstration, guys. If you're watching,
I'm not
if
trying
you're
to see
listening
this
on
on camera.
Spotify right now, you can't see this, but Faisal's giving us a visual representation of Kovacic's goal. Yeah, goalkeeper. Remember, he's a goalkeeper. He used to be a goalkeeper, so he's giving us a Simon Mignolet.
this is Mignolet.
That's Mignolet, yeah. He's the wire.
that's the wire.
I'm just telling the Spotify listeners.
Okay. He's coming.
Yeah, Kovacic's
Ball
run
is
down.
well, it's not even far to the
It's not
point.
even in the far corner.
It's right here.
Oh, so it's middle left.
Mignolet.
Middle right, sorry.
All Mignolet could have done,
Yeah.
He could have saved it with
Yeah.
his foot.
Yeah.
handball thing.
Yeah. Handball. Yeah.
Handball thing.
Fair enough.
Tennis.
Fair enough. Fair
Paddle.
enough. Paddle.
But no. I'm sure he had a bet. I'm sure he definitely had a bet.
at it,
But
look-
speaking of,
Look who they had up front.
Who did they have up front?
Ferran. That's an inside on the FM heads.
But no, I can't lie. For City, nah, man. I can't see them beating Bayern, and I can't see them beating Madrid. Especially last season, it's different. This season, I don't see them beating both these two teams at all.
No, fairs. Do you not
I'm
think
saying-
Haaland could maybe rise up in the Champions League? Foden?
Foden's
Starting
good
to look
recently,
lively in the
yeah,
last couple of
but-
weeks. I can't lie to you. He's putting in some good performances, but
They definitely improved in
Fairs?
City, though.
I feel like Savinho can perform well in the
City are
Champions
maybe
League.
being written off a
Savinho's,
little
I
bit
think,
too
the X factor.
easily.
I think Savinho's the X factor, as Illy said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Savinho will be very good for them. If they go on a good Champions League run, he'll be very good for them.
No,
And
fair.
they register Marmouche as well in the playoffs.
Oh,
in the
man.
knockouts.
I'm sure, I think they can.
He's got, he couldn't play.
I remember they
yesterday,
changed that
think
a
it
while
was.
ago. I remember they
Yeah.
changed that. I
Yeah.
can't remember
And
what
then-
player made them change it. It might
No,
be
he
not
could come
Lamia.
up.
Huge
But
in the
Frankfurt,
second.
is Frankfurt the Champions League?
No,
No,
Yeah,
not
so
Frank.
but it's registration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no
think-
registration.
Well,
European?
Yeah.
Well, they might have been in like the Conference League or Europa
League, yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
Because I know Kvaratskhelia can play. Who's the player that was playing?
No, Napoli won in Champions League.
Napoli
this
won,
year.
innit? No.
Yeah, no.
No, the Carlos Alberto guy we signed, he can't be in the matchday squad for us, and I think he was in the Conference
Did you
League.
man
with the
sign
Portuguese side.
Vega, fam? From Chelsea?
Yeah,
Yeah, they signed Vega.
got him on loan, innit?
On
Yeah.
loan,
Yeah,
You man signed
to
him
the end of the
towards
season.
yeah.
Very
But
good.
you know what? Let's
I think-
talk about the playoffs. Let's talk about like the route and
The knockout
yeah,
stage.
Yeah, the potential
Yeah.
playoffs. Let's see.
So you've got
what's the potentials?
Sporting Lisbon and Club Brugge could potentially play Atalanta and Borussia Dortmund. City and Celtic could potentially play Madrid or
Yeah, we see.
Bayern Munich. Final Juve could potentially play AC Milan and PSV. PSG Benfica potentially playing Monaco and Brest. And then you've got already through to the knockout stages. Lille, Aston Villa, Atletico Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, Arsenal, Inter Milan, and Liverpool, and Barcelona as well. Potentially some good draws in there. I'm looking at the Madrid.
I'll shout out for Villa for getting top 8 as well.
Yeah, Villa's an interesting one as well.
That was
to
a
be
big-
fair.
that was a
Emery.
good game
I
as well.
think
2-2.
their good start
Yeah.
at the beginning really helped them a lot, getting that
because they were
big
top of the
result
table
against
for a while.
Bayern
Yeah, they
Munich
beat
as well.
Bayern. They
Yeah,
tied to
first
us.
4 or 5 games, I want to say they were kind of like top 4, top 5, so that helped them massively.
Got 5 wins, which is big.
Nah, huge, especially first Champions League season back in for ages as well.
Insane.
But they lost John Duran as well.
You
So-
touched on Atlanta previously. You said you wanted to briefly touch on
Yeah,
them.
Atalanta.
Gasperini.
Gasperini's a very good coach.
What a coach.
Very,
One of my
very,
favourites.
very
One of my
good
favourites.
coach, man. Very good coach. Like even back when he was at Genoa, getting top 4 with Genoa in 2010, like
Yeah.
huge achievements. Obviously, he's well known. Well, he's best known for his work at Atalanta, winning the Europa League last year.
Yeah.
Club's
Reckon he
first.
could do something in the Champions League?
Yeah, I reckon he can take them far. Like, bro, remember 2020 lockdown times? If it wasn't for Neymar, then they would have probably gone to the final. Atalanta.
Yeah.
So like they're no joke, and this Atalanta team is very strong. Obviously, we have to shout out Edison. great goal against
great
Barcelona. But this guy,
He put everyone on notice last year with that performance.
in the final, like he's one of the best midfielders in Europe.
Yeah.
right
And then
now.
they got Retegui.
Lookman is insane at the moment.
Yeah,
This
Lookman, I
season.
really want him at Arsenal, man.
But the thing is,
I think is almost like the X factor, but I think Retegui's
Retegui's-
goals are going under the radar.
and even the Catalan's been good for them as well.
Yeah, the Catalan's-
Charles,
yeah, he's top assister in the Champions League this season.
The Catalan's been good for them.
I think he had like
He's
one
kinda
game, 4 assists.
Yeah, he's a drop. But there's a thing called Gasperini tax, guys. You
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
understand. Gasperini makes
What is
every
that?
player look so much better, and then when
Yeah.
they leave
Yeah.
Atalanta, they just decline.
I feel like Gasperini will end up being Italy manager as well.
yeah, he could do.
I said that.
I feel like he'd be a good Italy.
Ancelotti. I
Yeah,
reckon.
Ancelotti. Yeah, that'd be good for you.
Vibes.
Brazil or Italy, whichever one you want.
Oh, I like
For him, he can go anywhere.
Somalia, it could be anyone.
Somalia,
I like it could
Somalia
be
manager.
anyone. Well, let's get it out, man. Let's just get him out, man. I had enough, man.
We've spoken on pretty much, I would say,
But I think the
most
biggest
of the
game.
teams.
I think the biggest
Yeah,
game.
we've pretty much spoken
Yeah.
on everyone. Yeah.
I would say Bayern Munich, we haven't really touched on. What do we make of them? I almost feel like nobody's really.
Nah, no one cares about Bayern Munich.
I'm
No one
not.
cares about his company.
But why
Can I
are
be
they?
real?
Why are they
No,
in
no.
this situation? Because
No,
they've
no.
got Harry Kane,
No,
they've
no,
got
can I be real?
Musiala, they've
Can I be real?
got
I'll
quality
tell you.
all throughout the side.
Company,
I'll tell you.
Company.
There is no way company has depleted
No.
He has,
Munich
yes.
stocks like this.
Shall I tell you why? Shall I tell you why? Bayern this season, when the eyes are watching against Aston Villa, they lose. Against Barcelona, they lose. Against Feyenoord, they lose.
True.
The man have been
that was a crazy
Zagreb,
loss.
Bratislava,
Yeah.
Sparta Prague, fam.
Easy game.
Say what I care about them.
Yeah.
Say what we care.
I think SDSFC could be Bratislava. Do you know what I mean?
What Harry
man.
Kane scored 4 goals in 1 game, 3 penalties. Say what I care about that
Yeah,
game.
it's true. He's not lying, man. He's not lying.
come on,
It's,
man.
it's Vincent Company tax, man.
The
Vincent Company tax.
Well,
man.
listen, that is all for the Champions League roundup. We hope to see some exciting games in the next round. Let us know who you think are the favourites in the next round, who you think are going to be the winners. Give us a semi-final bracket in the comments as well. Maybe the 4 teams that you think will be in the semi-final. There should be some interesting draws. We will be covering a lot more Champions League on here, whether it be on the normal channel, on Extra. Make sure you're subscribed here as well. Guys, appreciate you joining me. We'll
Luca.
catch you guys on the next one.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Excellent debut, my brother. We will catch you
it.
guys on the next one. Peace.